ما فيها يفنى يا ربي جنة جنة.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the third episode of Rawdatul Jannah podcast. Alhamdulillah. Okay, Ustaz, it's you again, Ustaz Safar Faris.
Alhamdulillah, thank you.
Thank you for still wanting to share knowledge with us, the listeners out there. Okay, tadi kita dah cakap pasal ilmu, kita dah cakap pasal consistency. Now let's just talk about it. Maybe it's a bit totally different topic lah. Pasal relationship pula. Yeah. I think this is
hot topic.
Yeah, everybody always love about relationship. Okay. I have been seeing a lot of quotes, postings on social media. People always say, don't settle for less when you are choosing your partner. Or people say, don't settle for potential bila you nak choose partner, because at the end of the day, orang tu takkan berubah. So what are your thoughts? Macam especially kita dalam as Muslims, Islam, in Islam, what are the guidance lah for us macam when it comes to choosing a partner? Are we allowed to be picky in that sense? Because kita nak yang terbaik untuk kita. Kita envision to be with this person for the rest of our life. So what do you think?
Masya Allah, very very good topic.
Yeah.
Good question, and also a very big topic. Okay, let us unpack. The question ada a lot,
yeah,
quite a lot.
Okay.
So first about the less. Can we settle with the less? I mean, if you can settle with more, why you want to settle with less?
Yeah, people always say that. Correct.
But at the end of the day, I think it's about perspective as well. So when we ask that kind of question, I think when we say less, let us really understand we are pointing that less to which direction. Whether it's less from our expectation or whether that person is actually less from perfection. So when we ask a more complete question, kita can answer we can answer that in a better way.
Yeah.
We can always also adjust it in a way that it will help us more lah. I mean, for example, if we are talking about less from perfection, I mean, no one is perfect.
Yeah, correct.
So my answer is yes, you should settle with less then.
Yeah.
But if less from our expectation, we can debate on that. We can discuss on that, kan? So then we will have to look at our expectation lah. So when we ada expectation, so what kind of expectation yang kita ada? Whether that expectation is aligned with the teaching of Islam. For example, in marriage lah, for example, kan? I mean, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam himself kan said that marry a person ataupun marry a woman in this hadith, of course, is in general. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that marry a woman. I mean, not marry a woman. Rasulullah SAW said that generally people will marry a woman for 4 things lah. Number 1 is for li jamaliha, her beauty, li irdiha, her lineage, li maliha, her wealth, aw li diniha, which means her agama ataupun her din lah. But Rasulullah SAW said that lucky is the one when that man marry that woman because of dia punya religious, untuk dia punya agama, maka dia akan beruntung lah orang yang ini. So in this hadith, Rasulullah SAW never say that you cannot marry a person pasal dia cantik, ataupun Nabi tak cakap tak boleh kahwin orang perempuan tu pasal dia punya lineage bagus, from good people,
families,
good families atau good people, noble people. Dan Rasulullah SAW pun tak melarang untuk kita kahwin perempuan tu sebab dia punya harta,
wealth.
Dan Rasulullah SAW cakap nak kahwin pasal agama pun boleh. Cuma siapa yang kahwin pasal agama dia, maka dia akan beruntung. Beruntung tu, Nabi bila cakap beruntung tu bukan sahaja beruntung di dunia,
akhirat
tapi
juga.
beruntung di akhirat. So at the end of the day also align kan. Dunia kita kalau beruntung in a good way, in a right way, it will also beruntung later in akhirat. Hence I guess if you are asking me whether we can be picky in that sense or not, Rasul SAW asked us to be picky. Rasul SAW, but how picky is picky lah kan. So kita nak picky macam mana, and kalau kita nak picky, whether kita too picky or not, right? So, and always when this kind of question, this is of course my perspective, Jannah, just my perspective. I mean, I quite lately lah, since I kerja dekat Al-Falah ni, macam quite few times, not few, a lot of times I get this kind of question actually. So every time I get this question, I always have my perspective lah. I think that when we want to get married, I just disclaimer, I tak sampai 10 tahun pun dah kahwin. So I tak adalah banyak experience sangat pun. But this is just my humble view, my perspective. I mean, if you can relate, bismillah, you can always take it, right? I always think that when we want to get married to someone, other than we have to choose wisely, we have to choose the right one for us, we also have to be the right one.
Okay.
So before choosing, we have to be first. Because Allah is not zalim, Allah will always, He will always decree something to happen, and when it happen, it will have a lot of wisdom. So I always believe that if you are the good one, Allah will not be zalim and give you
the bad one,
not so good one, right?
Okay,
I mean, every one of us also ada bad lah,
betul.
kan? So yeah, and at the end of the day, also, when I say this, also people always can be sensitive and say that, oh, then now Ustaz cakap I bad lah sebab I punya tu bad. No, it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's always about perspective and a lot about the lens of what lens that you are using looking in whatever events that is happening in your life, kan? Sebab I mean, selalunya kita jadi jumpa dead end bila sebenarnya kita salah tengok suatu perkara. Sebab our life is not dead end until we die lah.
Betul,
kan?
yeah.
Selagi kita masih hidup, selagi itu peluang untuk make things right, untuk jadi lebih better, untuk dapat masuk syurga tu masih terbuka luas. So yeah, for me, instead of kita dwelling a lot on choose, yes, that's important, but be the right one first. So in that sense, in also choosing the right one, I guess part of you have to be there as well. Maksudnya kalau you nak tengok orang tu is the right one or not, you also have to put you in the picture. So whether you will be the right one for that person as well.
Okay.
So I think among the things that when you want to see through the agama, through the wealth, through the lineage, you also have to see realistically whether you will fit in to that person's life as well. Family ke, dengan keagamaan dia, the worldview, his worldview or her worldview about agama, whether it will be aligned with you or not. His view or her view about finance in life, for example, whether ataupun you orangnya macam, oh, I percaya sustenance daripada Allah. But another person maybe dia rasa macam, oh no, dia percaya tapi
kena usaha lah, kena usaha
dia
cari.
lain dengan you punya riga lah maksudnya. So it's important, itu benda semua nak kena tengok. So the lens kan, kalau macam you tengok just nak perfect, you nak choose the best, tapi also kita terkapai-kapai nak capai that level, that's also not so realistic lah for me.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. That's my jawapan pendek dulu.
Yalah.
You can always explore more after that.
Yalah, because I think sometimes with experience in life kan, we meet certain, tak perlu cakap kita sendiri dalam relationship tu tau. Sometimes we see people around us, we see how their partners are. Dan kita macam, alamak, besok aku tak nak lah macam gini. Atau macam I don't want this kind of characteristics to be in my partner. Tapi macam Ustaz cakap, kita sendiri pun belum perfect. So macam mana, like you is like you are seeking perfection when you yourself are not perfect. And I think when you question me back and say that are we settling for less from our expectations atau perfection, it really put things into perspective. Because I think as humans juga, kita orang ada a lot of flaws lah. Memang nak kena to be able to identify your own flaws and then you work on it to be a better person. I think that in itself is you are going onto the right path. I don't know.
I mean, in that sense, right path ataupun wrong path at the end of the day is also something that subjective juga. But I guess it's for Allah lah to put that kan. But apa yang important is for me lah in life, I always think that it's important for us to see that in the right way. We believe it in the right way. So whatever happen after our decision, kita will not beat ourselves too hard because we know that we tried our best, and that is something that Allah SWT decree, and we are okay. We know that there's a lot of learning point after that, and we can always get better. I mean that fall ataupun that if we fail, for example, ataupun we did something wrong, that point is actually a point that is important must have there before we will get before we will attain success. Kan? I mean, kita tahulah apa-apa ujian ke apa setback ke is because Allah is trying to not trying. Allah is putting things to make us understand in a different
To see
way.
things differently. Yeah.
Because kita mungkin tak nampak benda tu without that event happen. Hence, I agree with you lah on that.
Habis kalau macam kita cakap pasal don't settle for potential. Because okay lah, for example macam orang tu ada certain tak semestinya that habit is bad in general. Sometimes benda tu kita tak suka, or it just to individual itself, kita memang tak suka benda tu, tapi kita cakap tak apa, nanti dia ni lepas kahwin ke, or he will change or she will change in time to come. Habis lepas tu besok-besok okay tak apa, you marry with the hope that the person will change. Tapi lepas tu terus ada apa-apa. Then after that you start to regret, or you start to feel like, if I know I shouldn't have rush, or if I know I shouldn't have go with this person, so how?
Good. It's also a very apt question. Right? How to put it? Okay lah, macam ni.
Okay, one more thing. Okay, lagi satu. Kalau macam, for example, dia tak semestinya bad habits tau bagi I, because I see, kalau lah sekarang orang tu baik, orang tu macam dia nampak solat 5 waktu, dia kira dia a responsible Muslim lah, and you like him or you like her for that. Tapi kita pun tak tahu hati manusia boleh berubah apa. And then you nak cakap kahwin for potential is one thing. Tapi bila you dah kahwin orang tu, sekali down the road he or she change to be someone worse than the person that you met him or her. Then macam mana? Takkan you nak regret juga? It goes both way. I don't know lah. For me, it goes both ways.
I agree. And that's so. The question is so human lah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's human. I mean, we will have that. We will have that. That regret. It's normal lah. It's normal. But I mean about this potential yalah. So dia boleh jadi potential bad habit ataupun boleh jadi potential good traits.
Yes.
Yeah. So the question is about the potential itself lah for me. Maksudnya kalau cakap potential, it's not something certain, right?
Betul,
It's not something certain. So we cannot be certain sampai kita kahwin. Betul tak? If you will not be certain sampai kahwin, selalunya bau wangi bau wangi gila sebelum kahwin. Yang busuk semua datang nanti.
Lepas tu,
kan? Biasalah, normal. Human mula-mula cantik, nanti pelan-pelan kita akan hilang benda tu. But it's okay. So for me, sebelum kahwin itu, try to understand the potential in the best way. Ask question on that. Explore on that. Try your best to understand whether this is close to what you think ataupun it's otherwise.
Ustaz okay? Kucing okay.
Yeah.
Dia nak keluar tu.
It's okay. So subhanallah. Hence I always know that, I mean
alamak, dia kacau lah dia ni. Sorry.
It's okay.
We're back to potential.
So I guess when we talk about choosing our future husband ataupun future wife kan, it's not always about asking him or her your favourite colour, suka makan apa, suka pergi tempat mana, nak berapa anak, benda-benda macam tu. As much as that question is also good, but we have to ask more question lah. Maksudnya we have to understand his perspective, we have to understand his routine, his relationship with people, his, okay lah, kalau nak explore his trauma, his phobia, I think it's sometimes it's a bit difficult.
Yes.
But explore as much as you can. So for example, you tengok dia solat, ni orang, dia responsible. Explore on a responsible Muslim in your perspective, and then you explore. Have conversation dengan dia about a responsible Muslim, for example.
Okay.
So faham dia ni lihat responsible Muslim ni macam mana. Sama tak dengan you? Align tak? Kalau tak align, whether you can actually marry both thoughts ke tidak. Kalau you have difficulty, then that's all the sign that it will be a bit difficult for you to continue. For example, also about the bad habits. Contoh lah, bad habits apa? Kasih saya satu-satu bad habit.
Okay lah, for me I is smoking. Smoking is something that is I tak boleh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So contoh smoking. So bad habit smoking. So sekarang you nampak smoking. So you cakap dengan dia, maybe you dah cakap dengan dia, maybe you tak comfortable about smoking. Cakap okay kan, nanti dah kahwin nak berhenti kan. Okay, what hasil? Talk to him about why he smoke. Macam understand lah, understand dia punya perspektif macam why he smoke. Kenapa dia smoke, you know, why dia smoke, and apa dia punya thoughts about smoking, you know. Kalau dia rasa benda tu okay, you know, and you find difficulty to settle with that, I mean it's for me it's fair untuk you consider lah whether he's the one or not kan. Tapi I think macam kesian pula kalau pasal satu je, lepas tu terus pasal je smoking je, terus you dah
tapi kalau benda tu is like a deal breaker for you. Okay, contoh like satu example yang boleh kasih, this might be a bit sensitive, tapi pasal maulid. Ada orang they are two ends of it. Tapi kalau for example, kalau you are someone yang suka pergi majlis maulid and everything, lepas tu your partner, he has all the good traits in whatever that you wish for lah in a partner. Lepas tu dia cakap, oh dia tak pergi. Lepas tu macam mana?
Faham.
Yeah, I mean you macam I mean takkan like I also want what, like you know, like I go maulid with you together one day, tapi lepas tu dia cakap macam gitu, you macam should I rethink my decision?
It's a very sensitive question, but no, but I think it's also a reality lah. A reality. A lot of people also face this. At the end of the day, also it depends on your maturity level on having differences also lah. Kalau macam tu kan, kita also tahu. So instead of sebenarnya picking on that about the maulid, I think it's about the differences yang you nak kena discuss. About differences, how he respect differences. How
is he able to tolerate differences?
Ataupun sebenarnya what's the issue about maulid yang dia tak okay. Whether sebenarnya bila dia dah kasih dia punya thoughts about maulid, dia tak okay, contohnya nak pergi maulid, you also have the rigor and capacity to also
understand lah from him.
And also macam whether sebenarnya you can also get whatever that you want to get through the maulid dengan dia kan, macam you something that you envision nak pergi dengan dia kan. Mungkin dia tak nak pergilah. So maybe that thing you boleh dapat also kat tempat lain. Mungkin you know, can always, you know, benda tu can always, you have to see that sebenarnya apa sebenarnya. Sebab I always believe it's not about the maulid sebenarnya. Kalau the problem kalau orang husband and wife pasal maulid ni, it's not about maulid. Dia more than that kan. Dia sebenarnya it's not about maulid. It's about the love of Rasulullah, about pleasing Allah, about pleasing the spouse kan, about having a good relationship with, I mean you and your husband have a good relationship with your parents and also his parents. You know, sometimes our family have our own traditions yang sometimes you know, our future partner ni dia punya cara hidup tu berbeza. Mungkin susah nak marry. So how do you guys talk things out? And itu is very, for me is very significant. Sebab kita tak selalunya ada that kind of discussion before marriage.
Yes, okay.
Kita only have that lepas kahwin. And by the time kalau dah ada masalah, tak apa nak cerai. Dia macam just give up. Of course not, right?
Correct. Tapi okay, let's talk about compromises then. Because we know that marriage ni it's two become one. Tapi and you nak kena sorry ada kucing. You nak kena belajar untuk compromise lah with your spouse in that sense. Okay, now we want to talk about compromises. Sebab kita tahu that dalam perkahwinan tu it's two become one, and you need to have compromises for you to be able to, I don't know lah, this is for me lah, to lead a healthy marriage. Not say a happy, but a healthy marriage. So kalau macam, let's say orang tu is not someone yang boleh compromise, yang boleh see the value of compromising, then macam mana?
Yeah, I think
are these all topics that are important for you to discuss before marriage?
Of course.
Maybe talk about ta'aruf jugalah. Macam people always ingat ta'aruf is just like Ustaz cakap, what's your favourite colour? How many kids do you want? Tapi these important topics are not things that are not talked about before marriage. So what ada like macam, okay, as a guide lah, Ustaz boleh kasih bagi diorang yang nak berkahwin in the future, what are some of the important and also useful questions that can be discussed between the couples?
Other than about etiquette, about your faith, about your religion, I guess that compromises kan. That is a trait kan. A trait that if you are a person that can compromise, then whatever situation that you are in, walaupun dia susah, you will always want to compromise kan. Cuma I think everyone akan boleh compromise. Cuma level of compromise. So the things that dia nak kena compromise tu, contoh sometimes macam dia rasa macam, oh, this is faith, I cannot compromise, I cannot, cannot give any
Tapi at the
discount.
same time, you cannot be the only one compromising in the relationship.
Yeah.
Betul kan?
So discuss about the compromise punya topic kan. So if you ask me about, nak ask apa question, tadi I actually also dah mention macam ask about the routine, understand the routine, understand about the worldview of that person. Worldview, when we talk about worldview, is everything tau. Maksudnya on whatever event that happen in the world, apa dia fikir. Like okay, maybe sometimes macam orang kata itu susah sangat Ustaz, macam nanti dah masuk politik dah tak faham. Okay, then water it down. Then cakap pasal, for example, something viral yang you nampak, discuss. See that
where the level of thinking is
around the topic tu selalunya akan show the character, show his character kan, show her character. Whether dia adalah a person yang selfless ataupun selfish contohnya. Whether dia adalah a person yang ada a big heart, whether dia a person yang sebenarnya very respect people ataupun tidak. You can always see through the conversation kan. So other than that is also contohnya about finance kan. Bukan nak cakap pasal mata duitan nak jadi kaya, jadi millionaire ke apa, tidak, but understand macam apa dia faham tentang kewangan, apa dia faham tentang saving for example. But at the same time, bila ada this type of discussion, it's not for you to bentuk dia tau, it's for you to know him. That's also another. Bila you nak ada a conversation with your potential, it's not about you nak influence dia now, it's about you nak faham dia.
Yes.
So bukan you nak cakap your thoughts and you nak dia agree with you, but rather that you nak faham. So apa dia punya thoughts, and then slowly explore about how we can work together on this. So I punya view like this, you punya view like this. So how do you think that we can move forward together? Benda-benda macam ni, itu perbualan itu tak semestinya kita nak kena tunggu lepas berkahwin. I think it can happen before. I think if all conversation revolve around this before marriage, and it is difficult by the way to have this kind of conversation, it will help a lot our marriage kan. Dalam keadaan kita also selalunya sebelum kahwin ni ada banyak-banyak benda yang kita tak boleh control kan. Sometimes kita nak berbual serius, tapi kerana jadinya jadi tak serius kan. So that is also something that also a training ground for us to also put, when we have a important discussion, whether he can focus or not, and whether she can focus or not, whether she thinks that this is a big thing or not, right? So slowly you will know more lah. You will know more that person from that. Yeah, of course have a lot lah, but that's among it lah. Macam finances, worldview, routine. I always like to put this worldview number one, because at the end of the day, it shows a lot of your character, the way you see whatever event in the life. For example, now my intention is not to talk about Palestine ke Gaza.
Faham.
But for example, now this is the thing that tengah very pressing. Many people ada many views about this. You can talk to your future spouse partner ni about this. See macam apa dia fikir, whether you can align ke tidak. Slowly unpack benda tu. Kalau so ada there will be an occasion that maybe dia tak terfikir pun pasal benda tu, because dia rasa benda tu tak important.
Dan tak cross the mind lah.
Macam pada dia macam it's nothing to do with us, so why we have to discuss. Okay, then find other topic, because sometimes this also will affect later. Sebab you rasa certain things is important, but your spouse rasa tak important, and then you suddenly rasa macam why you are not mature? I thought you are the one that akan lead me. I thought you yang akan show me the right way.
Guide lah, you be the guide lah.
So don't settle like that. Macam tak apa, aku kalau kahwin nanti dia akan pimpin aku. Aku dah kahwin nanti dia akan ubah aku. What makes you think that a person that you just know maybe for 5 years, maybe for 10 years can change you Sedangkan you have your parents with you or you have your siblings with you yang dah live with you for example 20 years but they cannot change you and suddenly someone datang medically they change you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day yang akan change you is yourself.
Your will lah, your determination
your
to change.
will, your choice, your decision. That is what Allah SWT say also in the Quran, right? Allah tak akan ubah sebuah kaum melainkan kaum tu decide untuk berubah. So same with us. We will not change until we want to change. Yeah. So that's my view, of course. Yeah, this is a conversation. I also don't want it to be very preachy, but I hope there's gems lah through the discussion.
Faham. Okay. I think it's very beneficial because I think a lot of people, and maybe it could be like, I'm not saying everybody, tapi the younger generations or people who are just starting to get to know people, they overlook. Bukan cakap orang tak nak cakap tau, tapi they overlook. Mungkin tak cross their mind that these are actually important topics that you have to discuss about. Because macam Ustaz cakap, if benda-benda gini you tak pick, you tak macam spot on orang punya how they think, how they see things, it's going to affect in the long run. And I think benda ni is this information is something that is very useful lah for everybody to know. Tapi kalau for example orang tu dah, you are already in the bond, you already have that bond with the person as husband and wife, how are you supposed to deal with it? How are you supposed to navigate through it? Kalau benda ni macam, okay lah, to be honest with you, I've never had this kind of conversations 5 years back. So kalau 5 years back, I made a decision to kahwin dengan someone based just because orang tu, I nampak dia macam alim or dia macam agama dia okay. Tapi there are a lot of traits yang I rasa macam, apa ni? You know? Then, how macam gitu, I dah kahwin dengan orang tu apa? Yeah, so how am I supposed to navigate through this macam, I wouldn't say dia punya flaws, tapi dia punya weakness. Or because we also have weakness, tapi macam the things that kita rasa tak sesuai dengan diri kita. So macam mana? If orang tu tak boleh nak berunding dengan kita, if orang tu tak boleh nak macam have matured conversations with us.
Yeah. I mean your question have answer already kan? Your question have answer. Don't lah kan? Maksudnya bila you rasa tak boleh, then why you still continue?
Tapi kalau then tapi macam gitu lah, like for example 5 years ago or waktu I kahwin dengan orang tu, I tak ada this kind of conversations with that person sebab I tak tahu that these are the things that I have to discuss about bila I kahwin. Then bila I dah kahwin sekarang, I macam like you start to like question mark. So how am I supposed to navigate through it?
So yeah, so again I mean our discussion ataupun our conversation ni is not in a way that we want to discourage people to get married.
Betul,
lah kan.
Yeah.
And also I tak nak cakap yang sebelum nak kahwin tu nak kena ada a very susah-susah punya subhanallah conversation.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day also we see our event, we ask Allah SWT for guidance kan, and then if everything seems smooth kan, senang, mudah, itu adalah tanda-tanda yang Allah SWT mudahkan, and insya-Allah perkahwinan itu akan diberkati. So one also thing that I guess very important for us to have before kita nak marry is bila kita dah kahwin ni, kita nak kena ada the end goal of the kahwin tu. And the end goal of the kahwin tu, bila kita kahwin, kita nak kahwin sampai kita mati. Kan? Kita have to have that. So bila kita ada tu, insya-Allah juga kalau sebelum the marriage kita dah also do our due diligence, and then suddenly we also discover some things
benda
that
yang tak
benda-benda
berapa,
yang tak berapa okay dalam marriage. I think we will try our best to work things out kan. Sampai dah jalan buntu tak boleh, then that's also a signal from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, then okay, you cannot continue, then of course Allah adakan jalan keluar lah untuk that, which is we know that we have divorce ataupun talak. So the main thing yang Ana cakap yang before kahwin ni is for us to explore having conversation that when kita ada the conversation, kita can understand that person's character. Sometimes it's not only about agama. At the end of the day, kita also know today berapa banyak pun, and we are living in the world that people only show the good things lah kan. I mean especially before the social media pun memang
betul, yes.
Mana ada orang nak tunjuk, mana ada pencuri yang cakap dia pencuri kan. So you have to explore daripada the conversation, whatever that you want to explore. Maksudnya you nak kena tahu, okay, contoh you tahu diri you tahu benda-benda apa yang you sensitive with, yang you tak okay, yang red flag lah for you. So that red flag of you need to see whether ada kat that person ke tidak through conversation, through experiences, kan. So kalau daripada sebelum-sebelum tu nampak memang tak boleh, then that's a sign lah for you not to continue, you know. Sometimes love is not everything lah. Maksudnya kadang kita rasa sayang, tu pun kadang tak tahu sayang tu sayang ke tak sebenarnya, kan. You know, sometimes we don't know whether that's actually
just admiration. Yeah.
So whatever it is, we have to be, I think we have to be realistic, in a way that we know that when we want to continue with that someone, we know that insyaAllah lah, we the traits yang dia ada insyaAllah can continue. Because Jannah, you know, what if, you know, now we are saying about the character, macam tiba-tiba dia berubah bila dia dah kahwin. What if that is something Allah decreed to happen? Wa na'udzubillahi min zalik. Wa na'udzubillahi min zalik. Allah protect us. Our spouse sakit.
Faham, yeah.
She changed totally. Well, you nak tinggalkan dia at that point of time. What if that happened? Right? I mean, at the end of the day, what's future is not within your control. So you ada Allah. You tahu you ada Allah. So you need Allah to guide you. So what is within you, you tahu apa yang you dah buat your due diligence, and you ask Allah for guidance, and you know whatever that you do, insyaAllah it's okay, it's permissible from Allah, then tawakal. Then tawakal, you ada that admiration, you ada that inclination, suka, you rasa okay semua so far. Okay, adalah sikit-sikit tak okay. So okay, itu benda yang tak okay tu can discuss also dengan your spouse, macam mana you can work together.
Or some things you just have to accept lah, just how that's how the person is.
You cannot change, kan. So and benda tu, let's say yang dia tak boleh change tu adalah benda yang you boleh compromise lah. Jangan pula benda yang you tak boleh compromise, you tak boleh change tapi you still kahwin, kan. So and then after that maybe can slowly subhanallah, then slowly be in the marriage lah, insyaAllah.
Sorry Ustaz, kucing ni mahal lah. Okay. I think from your explanations, I gather one thing is that first of all, you have to know yourself.
Yes.
Because kalau you tak faham diri you sebenar, you tak faham what are the things that are okay and are not okay with you, then you will never know lah. You might be making the wrong decisions for the rest of your, tak cakap for the rest of your life, tapi you might not be making decisions that are good for yourself, because you tak kenal diri you tak kenal apa yang you nak, what are the things that you are okay with, what are the things that you are not okay with, and then you just main masuk je to this kind of very important punya, very serious punya relationships, and then after that you start to blame the other party. Or you start to blame other person, tapi actually in the first place salah tu diri you, sebab you tak tahu apa sebenarnya you nak.
And also I guess that happened because also, you know, the trend, you know, sometimes, and usually people will make that kind of mistake bila kita kurang mature, kan. Kita kurang mature, kita kurang pengalaman. And we have to admit that the maturity now, macam zaman dulu orang akan macam lebih cepat lah, kan, because of the circumstances ataupun the hardship of life. Kita sekarang ni lebih tenang, so susah sikit kadang nak faham certain things. So kita only realise that bila kita dah lebih tua sikit, kan. So so bila kita nak kahwin tu, I guess kita nak kena really ask ourselves why we want to get married. Why we want to get married now.
Intentions, back to intentions.
Selalunya orang akan cakap nak elak zina, which is good, which is something yang also ada dalam kita fikir. But is that all? Is that because you tak nak zina saja? But kenapa the apa? Keinginan nak berzina tu ada.
Oh, okay.
Soalnya you cakap you nak kahwin sebab you tak nak zina, kan. So kenapa at the first place keinginan zina tu ada? Whether you dah navigate that first, whether you dah tahu how you can control that first, kan. So contohnya you kahwin because you nak companionship.
Why in the first place you need that?
You tak kahwin, you tak boleh dapat companionship,
okay,
kan? So you have to get it right jugalah sebelum nak kahwin tu. Why you nak kahwin? If you think that you belum sampai that maturity, I mean it's okay to pause for a while, relax dulu, you know, kenal diri you dulu. You know what, that even our scholars say that man arafa nafsahu arafa rabbahu, which means whoever knows himself will know his God.
Oh, okay.
You know, so in knowing yourself will help a lot of things in your life lah actually sebenarnya. I mean, I got married 27 years old. 27 years old macam dah orang cakap dah matang lah.
The prime age to get married.
But now after 8 years, I think that 27 is not mature. That
Your version when you
Ahmad
were
Faris
thinking,
of 27 is not mature.
Okay.
When I'm now 30, this year will be 36 years old. 9 years back subhanallah. I tak rasa that I dah mature enough. A lot of things pun I think I tak
didn't
tahu.
thought of lah.
Tak tahu and tak fikir. So yeah, it's about the intention. So when I get married, is it only about zina? About what? You nak ada anak? You know, and why you want to get married? That is also something that you yourself nak
ketahui diri you,
to
like
explore,
yeah.
and then also ask your spouse whether kenapa you choose me, for example. Like why you think I'm good? Why you think that I'm the one? You know, have serious discussion. You know, have serious discussion. Macam kenapa? Dengar. So bila you dengar, dia jawab, and then you weigh yourself macam betul
Is this what
ke?
you want? Is this what you
betul
don't
ke dia
want?
cakap?
Yeah.
Betul ke apa yang dia cakap? Maksudnya betul ke dia punya judgement about you?
Oh,
and then whether it's okay, dia punya apa? Dia punya thoughts tu okay ke? You okay ke sebenarnya kalau orang nak kahwin macam ni? You know, so that kind of thing lah. So yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah,
Actually, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of things actually kita tak terfikir. And like what I say lah, macam you have to know yourself first before you nak kenal orang lain atau you nak allow someone to be part of your life. Because a lot of things can actually go downhill lah bila.
Yeah. I mean, we have the trend that kahwin muda itu sunnah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are actually doing it nowadays.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But do you understand? For example, if you say it's sunnah to kahwin muda, why Nabi kahwin muda? And that point of time and that context, kenapa perkahwinan muda itu baik? So if you have you dah buat your due diligence, bismillah lah kahwin and tawakal. You know that you have done your best. You nak jaga because of Allah. And memang betul-betul because of Allah, not because of other things. You know, sometimes we say because of Allah.
Tapi dalam hati lain lah.
You know, and we know ourselves kan.
Betul.
So it's very important to also see that lah. Sometimes ada orang kahwin because nak, I mean mak bapak dia maybe dah tua kan, and nak mak bapak dia nampak dia berkahwin, and also dia nak kahwin because dia tahu yang mak bapak dia suka pasangan dia, because pasangan dia, I think itu semua okay. Cuma at the end of the day, bila nak kahwin tu, you yang kahwin dengan orang tu, and also nak make sure before even that is the reason, you nak kena make sure lah certain things will be safe for you, will be safe for you to see yourself develop and grow with that person later in a marriage punya setting tau.
Especially when ada anak, all this, a lot of things. I think it's very interesting to have this kind of conversation with Ustaz. Ustaz pun dah berkahwin. You have a lot of experience also. So a lot of things lah we can learn. So
especially now lah, especially today in our world, it's not easy. Not that I say dulu senang, but sekarang ni complex. Hidup kita kat social media, hidup kita very very fast pace. I mean last time I still remember 10 years back, mana kita tahu what happened dekat Gaza. Contohnya kalau Gaza something happen, kita boleh tahu every day apa happen kat situ.
Berapa numbers updated.
Lives, we cannot see that. Now we can see everything, every single thing. Everyone is talking now.
Yes.
It's very loud, very very noisy. A lot of things. So ini semua affect kita sebenarnya. Walaupun kita tak tahu, walaupun kita tak nampak, tapi semua ni affect kita. So it will also affect our life. It will always also affect our husband life, our wife life.
How we view things.
Yeah, and how they affect kita, how they also will affect our communication, our mood. How we also, tired, and then bila dah tired, how we talk to our a lot of things. So we can never be certain because only Allah tahu everything. But we can do the right thing and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guidance.
Help lah,
insyaAllah.
So I think to summarize is like, first of all, you nak kena tahu lah, you are settling for less from your expectations or also from the perfection. I think that is a very good macam benchmark for us to kira to macam judge lah ourselves. And then secondly is macam you kena kenal yourself before you nak cuba kenal orang lain and to understand the person. Yeah.
Good summary, masya-Allah.
Very good. I enjoyed this discussion, Ustaz.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, I also
Alhamdulillah.
enjoyed.
Thank you so
Masya-Allah,
much,
thank you.
Ustaz Faris, for actually gracing our kira opening lah. Nak cakap opening ke the first 3 episodes.
Blessed
of,
opening,
yes,
insyaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
Blessed opening,
Of
insyaAllah.
Raudatul Jannah punya podcast.
Masya-Allah. Nice name by the way.
Ya, sebab like niat saya Raudatul Jannah tu maksudnya macam Gardens of Paradise
Yeah,
kan. So
yeah,
whenever we have this kind of discussions, insyaAllah lah, it's like alike to the gatherings in paradise.
Amin,
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 amin.
So yeah, to our listeners, thank you so much for actually joining us for these 3 episodes dengan Ustaz Ahmad Faris.
Alhamdulillah.
InsyaAllah we will actually meet again. Mana tahu
InsyaAllah.
you will share again your knowledge.
InsyaAllah.
Yeah, so thank you Ustaz.
Thank you.
And yeah.
Thank you too.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.